Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm going to speak a bit on what we call supplication, making dua, but more about the nature of supplication, invocation, asking Allah, calling on Allah. When we look at the nature of making dua, like salah, fasting, all of these are means in which we reach out, in a sense, where we return, where we are looking for the relationship which Allah has with us, but which we need, and for ourselves, where we find when we are supplicating, when we are asking Allah, because we are reminded from the verse in the Quran where Allah says, "Call on me by my beautiful names and I will answer." So when we are reaching out, when we are asking Allah for whatever it is that we may need or want, what we are really doing is enforcing our relationship with Allah. We remind ourselves that we are in this material world, but at the same time we are spiritual beings. So we are moving between the physical and the spiritual. It is incongruous for us when we look at it, where we say that I prayed or I supplicated and it was not granted, because Allah is the all-knowing. In fact, before we even voice the words which is from our hearts, Allah knows. So what we are merely doing with the words is reminding ourselves of our need, that we are supplicating because we need something, and it is from the one whom is the provider who we are asking from. And Allah, as the provider, provides us what is best for us, what is needed, what it is that we need. So the nature of us making dua is simply to ask and to remind ourselves of the nature of our relationship with Allah. There are many forms of having a relationship with Allah in this world. There is salah, there is fasting, and there are many other ways, zikr. So when we remind ourselves of the nature of our relationship with Allah, we are reminding ourselves of the quietness within our souls, because it is Allah who knows everything. It is Allah who knows before we even ask. As young boys, girls, we grew up learning from a very young age in madrasa or in Islamic school how we should make dua, how we should pray. But most of the time we are praying, we are making dua in a manner in which we learnt it, repeated it, and after a while we are making it in a robotic fashion, where we are simply repeating things which we learned without really knowing what it means. I remember on one occasion, somebody asked my sheikh, what is the best dua? And his answer was very short, succinct, but full of wisdom. He simply said, the best dua is that which you make from your heart. And it's a reminder that whatever we are whatever we are doing, whether it is the obligations like the salah or the fast or zakat, whatever we are doing, and especially in supplication, it is your relationship with your maker, and we should focus on this, the nature of our supplication, the nature of our dua. It is not what we learned and we repeat without even knowing what it means, because whatever it is you are asking from the one who is the provider, the maker, the creator of all creation. He knows before we even ask. So we should look at what is the nature, why we are making, why we are asking, why we are supplicating, why we are invoking Allah's beautiful names. So niyat is one of the most important things. What is the niyat? Why are you asking? And this is what we should be reflecting on. Why? Simply because this is another form. It is a mercy from Allah that He wants to form this relationship with you, but He wants you to be conscious of this relationship so that you know that whatever you are asking and whatever it is you are needing, it is from Him and Him alone. So when we lift up our hands or we simply look at our heart, even if we don't voice any words, we are asking Allah, because we know it is Allah alone who is going to provide what is best for us, not necessarily what we want or need. Allah knows your needs, Allah knows your wants, and Allah is going to give what is best for you. So the nature of our supplication should be one with a presence and an awareness. When we are asking Allah, we should be present, mind and soul. We should be aware of why we are asking and who we are asking from. May Allah make us more aware, make us those whom we are from those whom we want what is best, not just for ourselves, but for all of creation. Says and reminds us in the words of the Quran, Allah reminds us that we should call on Him because He is near, and this nearness is for us, it's for our realization. This is also for the mu'min, those who are sure and firm in their belief that Allah is the one who will respond, because Allah says, remind them that I am near. When they call on me, I respond, I will respond. But what we have to understand, that the respond and the response rather is not in the nature that we may expect or even like, but this is simply to remind us that our goal is to surrender, to submit, that what Allah wants for us is best. We may want, we may need, but it may not necessarily be good for us. We have to accept, and supplication is a beautiful reminder that when we ask, while we may think Allah is not responding, in our minds we may feel that He has not responded, but in reality, in some form He has already responded. He has already blessed us with what it is we may need or want. So let us remind ourselves always that Allah knows, and Allah is the provider. Thank you for watching this video, and I pray that you are blessed with good health and well-being. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.